Hi everyone, today when you are seeing this video, we are very fastly approaching the end of 2023 and I really just wanted to do a very casual, chill, sit down and chat with me video of talking about this year and just kind of a year in review and looking ahead to 2024. I had done a similar video to this last year, a 2022 kind of year in review recap, and that was my first time doing a video like this. And it was really like, I was looking back at this video when I was getting ready to film this one for this year, and it's a really nice way to kind of like preserve the memories of the entirety of the year, kind of just condensing everything together of like what happened this year, because there was a lot of good things that happened this year. This was a very good year. I have to say, you know, every year you kind of look at your life and there's like different milestones and things that have happened, and I would say last year, 2022, was definitely a banner year in my life that I think I'm always going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, 2022 was just like such a, you know, exciting time. Just like so much happened in that year. That was because I moved to Florida in 2022, right at the beginning of 2022 in January. So actually this coming January, a few days away, I will be celebrating my 2-year Florida-versary, my 2-year Floridian anniversary on January 10th, which, can anyone else believe? Comment below and let me know. I haven't asked this question in a while. When did you find my channel? Like, if you are here, subscribed on my channel, I'm very curious to know, like, were you here from like before my move to Florida, or have you joined since the move to Florida? I'm very curious about that. But yeah, does it seem like it has been 2 years? It really is crazy like how fast time has flown, but also at the same time there has been so much that have happened in the last 2 years that I'm like, it almost seems like it's been longer in a way. It's kind of crazy how that works. But yeah, so 2022 was definitely like a banner year, a milestone year, and I was thinking about, I'm like, okay, what was like the big thing that happened in 2023? And I feel like 2023 was like more so compiled of a lot of great like little moments. I say all this because, you know, I was like trying to compile in my head and think about like the big moments of this year, and at first I was like, I couldn't really think of anything that like topped the previous year, 2022. And that's just kind of like life, you know, like you're gonna have the bigger years and like the littler years and everything. This all came about because I was doing one of those Instagram trends. I will put my Instagram right here if you don't follow me on there. That's my thing in 2024 as well, as I want to get more active on my Instagram. It's kind of like, as a creator, I focus mostly on YouTube, but I really want to be more active on other platforms going into 2024. I think that's a really good way to, you know, for my goals for the channel, like to grow and everything. So that is something I really want to focus on. So follow me on my Instagram and you can see my reel that I put together. But anyway, it's this trend right now to do like a kind of year reflection of like showing clips from like every month and like the different things that you did. So I was like editing that reel, and I went back and like I found all these amazing moments on my camera roll. Just moments with my family in the parks, moments with friends. And I was like, this was an amazing year. And not to get super sappy and, you know, poetic here, but truly it's like, when you think about it, it's like those are the amazing moments in life. It's like life is made up of like all the little moments. And I think that was really what 2023 had for me. Like looking back at what's happened this past year, there was just a lot of really great like little moments and a couple big ones thrown in there. Like, I'm filming right now in my parents' new house. My parents officially moved to Florida in 2023. I feel like they kind of moved also in 2022 in a way, because they were kind of doing the back and forth thing and coming to visit me so often. But no, they officially actually moved in this year that we're finishing up right now, 2023, and that was very special. That was an exciting part of 2023 for sure, was getting to have them down here full time. Definitely like the moving process and trying to find a place, you know, to live long term. I know for my parents, like doing the house hunting and everything, like it's stressful, it's a lot. That's another aspect of 2023, even beyond like, you know, the home buying and like all that stuff that my family's been doing with moving and everything. It also is like, 2023, I will fully be transparent and admit, has not been without its stresses, its anxieties, and I think that that's so important to talk about on camera, because you only see like the happy shining moments of like I put the camera on when we're in the park and we're having a great time and like everything is like good, but it's like there've also been the challenges in this year, like with any year, and that's life. Like we all go through those things, the roller coaster of the ups and downs. Like I like to always say that. I like to say that as often as possible, because you know, if you're going through things, you know, as well in your life, you're not alone. You know, life is not always without its anxieties, and that is normal. Like that is part of life, and you know, we savor the sweet moments and kind of makes it that much sweeter, you know. So that's what we're going to be talking about in this video and celebrating. Truly, 2023 was a great year. I feel very blessed with everything that has happened this year, everything that's happened for my family. Like we are so grateful that we're now, like this past week, it's kind of everything's come together of like being settled in our house here. Something my family had dreamt about forever was like us all living down here together in Florida, and like 2023 we can always remember and say was the year that that happened. So that is kind of the purpose of this video, just to talk about what 2023 was like, a bit of a fun look back at what's happened on the channel, and talking about moving forward into 2024, which that I'm very, very excited about, talking about my goals and things that I want to happen for the channel, different content, things that I want to focus on. But yeah, let's just kind of dive into 2023. So we'll start all the way back at January 2023. I have my phone with me here because I'm like going back through my camera roll. That's how I like recall everything that like happened and different videos that we put out on the channel. I was just seeing here, one of the first videos that I posted was 2022, the most life-changing year of my life, because that year really was one for the books. Like there was so much that happened in 2022 with just moving to Florida. And yeah, can you believe that January 10th I will be 2 years in Florida? Like that's just gonna be wild. Already looking at like last January, February timeframe, so many visits to the Festival of the Arts, and get ready, like that's gonna happen again here on the channel. Festival of the Arts at Epcot is my favorite festival by far, and I am so salty that it is the shortest festival of the 4 Epcot festivals. Like we have Flower and Garden for the longest stretch of time. We have Food and Wine for an even longer stretch of time. Like I just would love like 1 extra month of Festival of the Arts. Like that would be amazing. So yes, I had a lot of Festival of the Arts time in January and February. Also in January, we said goodbye to Splash Mountain. That was, comment if you remember that video, I will link that. That was a very special one because I seriously worked that day. Like I worked 9 to 5 at my day job. I thought that the way they had advertised it, it was kind of confusing. I thought that Splash Mountain was going away the like next day, but then I saw on social media everyone was like, you know, freaking out that it actually was whatever date it was in January that was Splash Mountain's last day. So rushed over there right after work and got to ride it on the very last night of its operation, and that was like just really cool being a part of those like big Disney moment days, you know, of an opening, or in this case a closing. It's like all the mega fans come out, and it was a good time. So that was a special one. I'm seeing like more Festival of the Arts. Just get ready, I'm gonna be living at Epcot come January here. Oh my gosh, in February we had Tron open. Well, it had soft previews in that February timeframe. I had gone during that timeframe with 2 of my cast member friends to cast member previews, and then they started annual pass holder previews, and like those were all so special. Just the excitement of something new, and like Tron was something that, I mean, it was under construction for the longest time, so like to finally ride it was so fun. Once again, it was like all the Disney fans, like, you know, out and about. Then we went into the end of February was when my parents moved down here full-time. They moved in full-time to my apartment in Florida. We all became roommates again, and all of that happened. That was a very special time, and I published the video of saying goodbye to our PA home, which was my parents kind of filmed like some house tour stuff, and we did like the whole moving process of them closing on selling the house up there, and just like starting that new chapter of them being down here. And that was, yeah, an exciting time, a very exciting time. We go into Flower and Garden Festival because that starts so early in the year. I really do love the Flower and Garden Festival. I guess it's just, Festival of the Arts is the best. It's the best one. I'm like looking at some of these videos. One that did very well for the channel, and something that I loved getting to go do, was the Winter Park vlog. So that is something that I really like. That was one of the only, I didn't do too many videos like this on the channel this year, but I want that to change in 2024. Something that I really want to do is like more just exploring small towns and exploring different tourist destinations, like not theme park related, just more so travel related. Like theme park's not going anywhere. That is still like, it will always, this channel will probably always remain 80 to 90% theme parks, Disney, and then we'll have 10 to 20% other destinations. That's kind of how I'm foreseeing like what type of content I want to create. I really do have a passion for, I love to travel, and that is something that I really missed this year in 2023, and I'm hoping to make that change in 2024. Is I want to do some trips and really go and explore places. But even like, forget traveling, like, you know, getting on a plane and like going to destinations. I really just want to travel like locally within Florida. That's the thing that I love so much about this state, is like, even outside of the theme parks, there are so many things to explore. And like that Winter Garden, or Winter Park, I'm sorry. Winter Garden's another spot we can check out. Winter Park vlog was so fun to film, and just like getting to, it was my first time there, like getting to discover the different cute shops and the restaurants and everything. Like, I love days like that. I think they're so fun to document. If you're interested in that, let me know. I really want to get more into those type of videos, different like small towns and historic towns. Historic towns in particular is one that I'm like very interested in. I've always loved historic districts, historic towns. So now we are up to March, and who remembers March was when we had the epic return of Happily Ever After. We all missed it so much. I think Disney very quickly, when they took it away, were like, oh gosh, okay, we need to rectify this and bring Happily Ever After back. Enchantment was like, okay. There was aspects of it I liked. Like I really did like the song that came from that, You Are the Magic. I love that song, but Happily Ever After just is a different level, a different caliber of show. So when that came back, that was like once again a huge like Disney community moment. We had a new restaurant opening, Woody's, I'm gonna say it wrong, it's not Woody's Backyard Barbecue, it is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's like now just a running gag, because every time that I've eaten there since it's opened, I always want to call it by some name that it's not. I really don't know where I got that from, but anyway, that happened this year, and I went on the second day of opening with some of my great friends, and we had the best time. I love things like that. Like I love openings of things in the theme park and just around the theme park, like at the hotels and like all of it. Anything that's new on property, there's just such a, I don't know, it just feels extra special. That restaurant is really good. I know I then had another vlog later in the year where I said my thoughts on it had changed, that I thought the food quality was kind of like dipping, but still, as a total, I really like the concept of that restaurant. I like its location. I want to get back to it in 2024 and like see how it is again. You know, the big thing was I forgot when I went the second time to get the salmon, and that is the thing that is like the best thing to get there. Little pro tip, get the salmon. Then we go into, so this was like end of March, beginning of April. We had 407 weeks. So I have to give a big shout out to my sponsor, 407 and Beyond Vacation Company. This was their first ever year doing a in-person agent event, and I just felt so grateful to be a part of it. They have been such a great, you know, friend to the channel, partner on the channel. I'm very selective with like, if you watch my channel, you know, like they're basically my only brand deal that I have chosen to work with, and it's truly because I like them as people. Like I like the community behind 407 and Beyond, so I can wholeheartedly like tell you, book your vacations with them, like you're gonna have a good experience. They are just so great, and like that was such a memorable week because that was the first time that I got to meet a lot of the agents themselves actually in person, and not just talking with them and interacting online, you know, on Instagram, but like actually meeting people in person, like putting names to faces, or like, you know, faces to, you know, profiles and Instagram accounts basically. And there was just so much like relationship building, like just friendships that came out of that week. So that was a very good time. It was an exhausting week, but such a good time. And there's gonna be another 407 week in 2024. There's gonna be a lot of vlogs from that. That will be such a good time. I'm just like scrolling through my videos right now. It was like, then we went into summer. One of the videos that I loved this year was getting to go inside of Disney's Golden Oak. That was something very unique. You know, it's not something you get to go into every single day. I would still love to actually tour like around the neighborhood and actually like go into like the showrooms or the houses, like something like that would be amazing. But just getting to go like back in there, we went to the Four Seasons. If you've not ever been to the Four Seasons, that is worth making a dining reservation and going over there. You get to drive through Golden Oak. Just going to any of the restaurants that they have there are so incredible. I've now been twice, or have I been 3 times? I think I've been 3, have I can't remember, but it is so good. I've always had a great experience going over there. So yeah, that was really cool. Getting to go to the water parks. I've made use out of the water park add-ons, my annual pass. Water park vlogs are a lot of fun. I need to do a full day over at Volcano Bay. I'm gonna get to that, how this year also was the year that I discovered my love for Universal. I had always like been on the fence about Universal, and now I'm like, why did I wait so long to get to Universal? Universal, it has honestly like jumped up so high on my list this year. I love it there. Universal's amazing. I love Universal. So yeah, I want to do like a full water park day at Volcano Bay. I've not yet done that. You might remember I did that 3 park in 1 day challenge video, and we went to Volcano Bay then. In 2024, I want to do more water park vlogs, and specifically Volcano Bay vlogs. I love this year I got to hang out with like so many amazing friends, other creators in the community. That was just like a huge highlight. I was just seeing the video that we did with my friend Claire at Epcot. Claire has become like such an amazing friend in real life now, and it's just so cool. I love that we met through doing YouTube and through content, and it's just, that's what I talk about with like the Disney community is such a strong one. Like it is amazing that, you know, we all have this like love. I think Disney kind of attracts similar minded people, and like you just meet up with another Disney person and it's just like you instantly have, you know, this bond. So yeah, that was just very special this year, getting to see so many amazing friends again. In June, so it was kind of around this time frame, I had like a shift in my day job that I started working remotely, and I've loved like the flexibility that that has given me. And the biggest thing that that has introduced was like being able to work from anywhere. So it was around that time, you might remember, me and my mom went back up to Pennsylvania to visit with family, and that was really a fun trip because like we saw family. We also got to do a lot for the channel like in that week. Lots of Pennsylvania vlogs happened this year. We did Hersheypark, got to do the Cartoon Network Hotel, which like that also did very well performance wise for me on the channel. So that's another thing, like finding different things to explore is a big thing that I want to focus on in 2024. We celebrated 4th of July back here at Walt Disney World. 4th of July is just amazing at Disney. Like I want to make that a tradition every year of always celebrating at Walt Disney World. Like the fireworks, just the atmosphere, everything is amazing. Then we went into July with Food and Wine started, because it starts so early all the time. But yeah, we did opening day of the Food and Wine Festival, which was really fun. And then seriously that night, like I remember going to the opening night, and then my family came into town that evening. My family that came down to Florida was my Aunt Karen and my cousins Kyle and Katie, and we had the best week. Like we had so many memories made on this week with them. It was so special. I took my cousins to Typhoon Lagoon one day. We had like a cousins day at Typhoon Lagoon. Got to take them all to Epcot, which was so special. They all rode Guardians, and that was like the biggest highlight for them. They loved that. It was just so special. That is something in 2024. Family, if you are listening to this, if you are watching this, get back down here. We need you guys to come. So yeah, in 2024, that is something that we really look forward to. I know myself, my parents, we really look forward to the family coming down here to see us and doing more adventures. We've got so many places to keep exploring down here, so yes, we need them to come back. Then in August I went back up, so we finished like our week here in Florida together, and then I went back up with my family to Pennsylvania, got to hang out with them some more, got to hang out with friends. We did more fun PA adventures. So that time I did Dutch Wonderland, went to the real life Haunted Mansion. Amazing. That was such a cool video to film. Like that's what I'm talking about. I would love to do like historic type destinations with Disney tie-ins, like that one, all the better. I will link the video if you missed it that I'm talking about. But we went to the Hersheypark mansion, which is the architectural influence for the facade of the ride in Florida of the Haunted Mansion in Walt Disney World. To this day, it's an inn. So you can actually go inside of the mansion and they have a bar there. So we went to the lounge and like had a drink out on the balcony. It was the coolest experience. And just like the little town, like in that video, I showed, you know, the town of Jim Thorpe where the mansion is located. Things like that. I just love vlogging those things and like capturing different small towns that, you know, not everybody would know about. Like documenting what's there and just like putting that on the map is like a really fun thing. I love seeing like other creators do that. Like I've learned of so many places that I want to go within the US and even beyond, like because of seeing other content creators like put things out like that. So yeah, that's a big thing that I would like to continue to do in 2024. Then back at Walt Disney World, I celebrated my birthday again at Walt Disney World. So that was a lot of fun. We went to Tep on a Dough this year for my birthday, which I love. Then we go into September, and this is where my love for Universal began. Everything kind of started with, so I had the event that I did with my sponsor, 407 and Beyond, at Universal. We all stayed at Cabana Bay, and that really was like, I had already been thinking about it, that I wanted to get an annual pass for Universal and everything, but then we did that event there and I had like that little taste of Universal, and that was it. I had the bug then, and I was like, I fell in love with the whole Harry Potter section and like all the things to do there, and just like so many things in Universal. I'm like just loving everything about it. And there's just like, I feel like I've still just like scratched the surface of the things to do there. So in 2024, get ready for like all the Universal content. I can't wait to just spend more time over there in this coming year. Yeah, so I can always credit 2023 for being the year that I became a Universal person. And with that, I did my first Horror Nights. I was very proud of myself for doing that. It is not my scene. I will openly admit that. I did actually just tell my cousins though. So once again, if they're watching this, I told them we were talking on Christmas Eve, and I was like, if you guys come down, because they love that type of stuff. They love the spooky horror haunted houses thing. I was like, I will go to it again if you guys come, and we'll all go together. I think that'd be a fun video to do. Also in September, we did that shopping video. Who remembers that at the ESPN Center, the annual Passholder shopping event? Amazing. I want that to happen again in 2024. Also in September, this was something that just touched my heart so much. I had a viewer reach out to me and had gifted me the stay at the Riviera, which was just so incredible. They had DVC points that were going to expire if nobody used them, and just that touched me so much. Like just somebody out of the goodness of their heart just was like, please, I just want you to go and enjoy this. Me and my family had the best time there. Like we still talk about that every time we drive past, and we're like, look, it's the Riviera, and we're like, oh, our room was right over there. Like that was such a special staycation, and getting to do that was incredible. That is something that I like will always remember from this year. We did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, and I dressed up this time as Ariel, and that was something that was so much fun. I really enjoyed that. We had a good time. It was then in October that actually me and my mom went back for another visit up in PA. We had lots of back and forth to PA this year. When we came back from that, I went to my first concert in years. I had not been to a concert in, oh my goodness, well over 8, maybe even 10 years. I hadn't been to a concert, and me and my friend, we went to the Jonas Brothers, and it was amazing, like the best night. That was something I will remember from this year for sure. We were there for opening week of when Blizzard Beach opened back up, and it was cold, but we still like went and had fun, so that was good. Then it was soon after that that we went into like November and into December and just started doing all of the Christmassy things. I was really happy with this year getting to cover so much Christmas content. You know, that was my goal going into it. I attempted Vlogmas. You all know I then got sick like about 1 week into Vlogmas, and it kind of threw off all the plans of the things that I wanted to go out and like pre-record to have content for all the 24 days. So that didn't happen, but I'm gonna try again next year. 2024 Vlogmas, get ready, like we're gonna do it. But you know, that is something that with getting to do the daily vlogs for like that little bit of time, it really did get me thinking about like the future. And you know, it's hard just work-wise and everything at the moment, but if I could get a schedule, like now that the move is done as well, like, and that's another element, you know, that life can hopefully in 2024 start to settle down, I would love to look at I don't know if it would be like daily every single day, but definitely like increasing the amount of videos in 2024 is something that I would really love to do. So yeah, it wasn't a full Vlogmas, but a lot of Christmas content happened. Got to go to my first ever Mickey's Very Merry Christmas party with my friend, and that was so much fun. We had a blast, an absolute blast. And yeah, I want to make that a tradition every year, I want to keep hitting the Halloween party and the Christmas party every year. We then had in December 5th, we had the Epcot expansion world celebration area open. You can go watch that video. I share my thoughts. It would have been better with a fountain. That's my critique of it, but I do love, like, it's very beautiful. It's very nice, like, seating area to sit down. So I'm just happy that it's all opened again. So that happened in 2023. Got to go to ICE. I just saw that on here. That was part of our Vlogmas. So that was kind of like an outside of the Disney bubble thing that we did, a different Orlando area event. And then the big thing, so we had like a couple of vlogs throughout the year about this, but my parents' house was move-in ready. Everything was finished with their new build house here. Literally like the week before Christmas, we made the transition to moving here full-time, and all that has gone so smooth. We got in for Christmas. That was like, we kept saying the goal was like to wake up Christmas morning in the house, and that did happen this year. So you've seen like our Christmas Day videos, but I am going to be posting. I have some more like moving related content that I'm going to save for in the new year in 2024, probably like the first week of 2024. I'm going to share kind of some clips of us moving, more of a house tour here again. And also I'm going to share my apartment tour, which is going to be very special because I had never done an apartment tour. And now that, you know, I've moved out of the apartment, it's the perfect time to share. Before like we moved everything out, like I filmed what the apartment looked like, and that's gonna be very special for me, I know, to have to look back on. I'm a very sentimental person, and my first Florida apartment, it meant a lot to me. And yeah, it was very bittersweet to leave there. I just loved my time living there so much. Yeah, that's gonna be a special one to share. So I have that coming up. So yeah, that kind of brings us up to present time. We had an action-packed December between Christmas stuff and the moving process and everything. Yeah, all good things. And I'm just very excited for 2024. So like I said, I really want to focus in 2024, like the theme park content is the heart of this channel. Disney, Universal. I just got an annual pass to SeaWorld. If you would have seen my Christmas Day video, me and my parents, we got annual passes to SeaWorld. I cannot wait to go there. I've never been before, so I can't wait to go. I can't wait to make content from there. So really like continuing the theme park content, but additionally like expanding into some travel content. I have no set in stone plans yet, but I have a lot of ideas for things that I want to do in 2024. So I'm ready for it. I'm excited. It's been a very good year. Been, like I kind of said in the beginning, a roller coaster for sure. Like a lot of emotions, a lot of things just happening, but I feel very blessed. It's been a very, very good year, and I'm so grateful for the community that I have on here. You all have been a great support. I've met so many of you guys too in the parks, and that always just makes my day and like puts the biggest smile on my face, like the conversations, you know, that we have in passing. So thank you. It's amazing having this community and getting to share my life. So thank you. I'm excited for 2024. So with that, thank you guys so much. I hope that you all had a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday, and Happy New Year. But yeah, with that, make today magical and Happy New Year. Bye guys.